There we go. So I'm going to record it. So I'll have this available for you if you want to follow up, or if you want to do some follow up on it. If I've got some really fun stuff that I've been doing with AI, so I wanted to share that with you today and give you some fun tools to play with. So, and I'll give you a link at the end that will have a lot of uh, the tools on there. A lot of these I have, several of these that I have affiliate programs with, because I was using the program. I like what it does, and I thought, well, I might as well, make it available. So we will. So I'll have that at the end for you, and it's on my website too. You'll be able to find it on the About Us page on my website. So let me go ahead and get started, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. So let me go back to share screen. All righty. I'm going to shift back and forth a good bit during this presentation, because I want to share not only do I want to share some of the things that that I'm doing, but I also want to share some live screenshots, so we can kind of see some of the different, how some of the different programs actually work. And I probably will do a follow-up webinar, maybe on some of these particular platforms, and maybe a little more in-depth training. So maybe watch for that in the next week or so. If you have any questions, feel free to pop those into the questions or into the chat box. Let me pull the chat box up. So if you have any questions, you can pop those either into the Q&A or into the chat. Both of those working. Okay. So let's get started. First of all, just out of curiosity, how many of you are using AI or have played with some of the AI functions, particularly ChatGPT or maybe Bard? Bard is is Google's version now. So if you've played with it, let me know that in the chat. If you haven't looked at it, don't know what it is, then let me know that as well, so that way I can address you, correctly on what we're doing. So let's see here. Okay, there we are. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So I'll just kind of give you a little bit of an initial breakdown of what most people know of as AI. And they've probably all heard of ChatGPT, and you may have heard of Bard. Bard is Google's version of ChatGPT. So just quick intro into what that is. It is artificial intelligence. So basically what it does is it lets you input information and ask a prompt, if you will, and that's what most everything is called. It's called a prompt. So you put in a prompt and have the program create the answer for you, or create what you're asking. So, for example, I did a book a little while back. I wanted to do sort of an introductory guide to marketing, and I thought, well, I'll break it down, and here's 5 different chapters, or I mean, here's some different chapters of what I think a startup guide for marketing would be. Well, by the time I was done, I had 17 chapters. I would paste into ChatGPT at the time the basic tenets of what I wanted that chapter to be about. So I had an introductory section, and I had about domains, and about websites, and about social media and different platforms. And so I would say, write a 500-word article on this particular topic, including, these bullet points. And by the time I was done, I think I had a 75-page book. And if you want it, just let me know. I'll just drop me a note. It should be on my website too, probably on the homepage of my website, where you can actually go in there and get it as well. It's free. So it's pretty cool what it can do. I use it quite a lot right now, because one of the biggest issues I have with clients, is especially new clients, is that do I get some decent copy about their business? Nobody likes to write anything. Everybody's like, well, what do I say? I don't know anything to say about that. So I can create, I can put in the topics and for a page and end up with, a pretty fair representation of, what I need to add to the website. So, that's what I've done. So I'm going to show you a couple of these real quick. So, ChatGPT is the one most everybody's used. I tend to be using Bard a little more often now. I think I like the concept a little better. Bard will actually give you more recent content. So as far as where ChatGPT is typically kind of behind the times a little bit. So out of the way. So for example, you'll see down the right here, and I'll pull it over so you can actually see a copy of it here. Let's see, this is Gemini. So for example, this is an actual screenshot of the Gemini platform, or Bard platform. So let's say, for example, I wanted 10 social media posts based on a website for Southwest Hazard Control. And so it went out, it knows the website. I gave it the address. It's created 10 posts about this particular company, including hashtags. So now basically all I have to do is copy and paste those in, maybe even put a little bit of some graphic with it. It works great from that standpoint. So here's another one that I wrote, 1,000-word. The prompt was write 1,000-word descriptor for this particular real estate company. And so it gave me a descriptor. This would be what I put on the homepage of the website. So there's quite a bit of cool things it can do here. So this particular one was create a blog article talking about the benefits for small business for using AI, and utilize a synopsis of the following platforms: Gemini, Bard, Runway, and Pictory. And those are the things we're going to cover today. So this is kind of give you a little, but there's, tons of information right there that it's put together. So it's pretty cool. They are free to use. They do have premium versions. So Gemini, for example, is $20 a month. If you want their advanced program, it's probably overkill for most businesses like yours, because I mean, if it's a complex task or something like that, then that's where you would get into the case of needing the advanced. But it gives you 2 terabytes of storage and has some other premium benefits. So but again, for the most part, I use the free version. And it's the same way with ChatGPT. Like I said, ChatGPT, the issue with it is the free version says it's about a year or a year and a half behind as far as data goes. So if you're trying to use something like, for example, in a real estate situation where where they may be asking for particular data, or maybe it's you're wanting to get real-time data on stocks and investing. Well, 2-year-old data is probably not a good thing to have. So that's why the Gemini platform may be a little better, because they're pulling off of Google's database, and it's going to be a more timely and probably more appropriate for you. So keep that in mind. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about or introduce you to is a program called Runway, runway.ml. It's basically a text to video creator, text to image. I mean, it's got some really cool things you can use. It gives you a free version. However, the free version is for video, for example, it'll only give you 4 seconds worth The paid version, and I'll give you the numbers here in a few minutes on that, but the paid version I think is $20, and it gives you, 15-second videos. Well, it's not a whole lot more, but it's, at least it's a little more than what you would use. But I'm going to give you some others from a video standpoint. So with Runway ML, Gen 1 will do video to video, create a video. You give it a video and it will create a video from that. Gen 2 gives you text or an image to a video. So you want to tell it what you want, and it will create a video based on that. And then again, text to image. So if you want to create an image, it will do that kind of thing for you. So for example, text to image, let's say you want to create you're going to create an image on something, then all you would do is you'll put your description up here in the top of what you want that image to be. For example, I think I actually can go in either spot here. I've got it here in the prompt, Tucson desert landscape with home in the background. So I use that as again, for a real estate related business, but I've also done it for my own stuff as well. So you put in the prompt, and here's what it came back with. Now, all of these images are royalty free, so you're not having to worry about, am I pulling somebody else's images? They're all where that you're able to use however you want to use them. And it gives you 4 options. If you don't like those, you can ask for more. So it does a pretty good job of giving you the image that you might be looking for, ideal for pulling for your social media sites, maybe even your website or a blog article. So they're ideal because you should never post anything on social media without an image. Nowadays, you have to have the image in there. Instagram won't let you post without it. Facebook will, but it's not going to show up as well unless it has an image. So you want to make sure you have that image in there. It also gives you an erase and replace feature. So let's say you take a picture of something and you've got something in the background that you don't like. Well, all you have to do is plug in, is kind of highlighted, and you can take that feature out. It will, like I said, it'll take out whatever was in that background. There was a pole here and something else over there. So it takes all that right out for you. Show you a live example of that. Let's see here. So if I were to go into generate an image, and I want to do erase and replace. So let's say I take this cute little picture right here, but I don't want this guy in the background. So I'm just gonna use my cursor, cover over that, and I have to tell it what I want to do with it. So I'm going to say I want a remove image from the background, and I want it to be a photorealistic image. Now you'll see it start working in the background. You'll see that it's, there's you'll see the photos sort of merging there. Now all of a sudden it's gone. It's taking it out. You'll see that it's got 1 of 4, so it's kind of plugged something in the background for me. And I have 4 different options of what I want to use. So I don't know what that is, but let's say I want to use that. So I just accept that image. I can download it, and then I can use that. All I have to do is download that. I can use that anywhere in my, wherever I want to use it. You can even there's other things you can do. And Runway ML is a pretty potent tool in the fact that maybe you want to create an image, or maybe you want to take that image and turn it into an oil painting look or something along that lines. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with that. So it's pretty cool. But that's, it's a nice feature, a nice way to take out something out of the background that you don't want. So that's one of the really cool features that it does. It will also do a green screen setup. So, for example, I mean, I have green screen setups, but that means I have to record in advance via green screen. So I have to have everything in the background ready, and then I plug the green screen. I take everything out. Well, with Runway, what it will do is it will go in and take out the background. It will mask everything else and take the background out, and then it will let me put an image over that. So it does. So for example, I took this particular image, I highlighted myself. I did the mask on there. And then let's say I just want to drop an image. I want to put my video on top of an image. So I had one that I took here, kind of a cool little photo of a hummingbird. And so I dropped that in here. And oops, didn't take all the stuff out of it. Oh, it's because I put it on top of it. That wasn't smart. So what I'm going to do, what I did is dropped it on the layer behind it. And again, this is just quick, so it's not, I mean, you can be a lot more specific. And I've got a logo here that got stuck in place and a couple of things that I didn't get cleaned up. So, but typically all you'd have to do is go in here and click on the pieces that were showing up, and you would and it'll take them right out. But now I've dropped that image on top of the little hummingbird there on the feeder outside of my porch. So it's a cool way to be able to do videos and not have to have a perfect setup. You can have whatever you want, and then just go in and cut the background out. You don't need a fancy, because I mean, I have the capability to do this. I use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is probably the best video editing software, and it will do professional stuff. Okay, um, but it can be a pretty harrowing task if you're not familiar with that, and trying to figure out how do you get it right, and how do you set the colors, and how do you get, you've got maybe a little shading and one thing and another. So it can be a pretty challenging task. So I don't recommend it unless you're going to do a lot of video. And then obviously then you can, utilize something like Adobe Premiere Pro. But this is a quick way to do that. You load the video in, you just simply click on what you want to take the background out of, and it takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and you're done. Easy peasy, good to go. Great way to do video, green screen stuff, and put your own background where it looks a lot more professional. So that's another good feature of Runway. So Runway runs off of credits. They typically, you have 125 credits with a free plan, and then the initial credits don't expire, but you can't buy any more. You have to go to a plan to get that. Credits are about like a penny a piece, so you're not spending a lot on it. Their standard is $15 a month. You get 625 credits with that. Credits reset to 625 every month, so you don't need so they're not rolling over, but 625 credits will get you a lot of images or videos that you want to do. Videos are going to be a little more. They're not going to be credit for credit. They are going to be a little, they're going to be a little more, but there again, it's a, for that price, it's pretty simple to use. Now, if you need to go more, you can go, obviously you can go up to the 35 or even the $100 if you're using a lot of it. So, but that's Runway. So really cool program. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. I've used it for, I have a real estate website I'm working on, and she does commercial. And so I said, find me some commercial images, and it gave me 4 different choices of commercial buildings that I could insert in her website. So it really has some really nice features to it. All right, so that's Runway. So if you want to play with that, that's really a cool program, a fun program to play with. Another one, and it's a pretty simple little program to use, but it's a program called Auto. That's not a misspelling. It is AUDO. Auto is a tool that will take the background noise out of a video. So the two things when you're doing video, the two things that are important to have, number one is good lighting. Number two is good sound. Either one of those will create, you won't get as much visibility. Nobody's going to stick around that long. So, you have to have those. So, well, one of the things that's, the last thing you want to do is you've got your everything done. You've got your video like you want to do it. And then you have this noise in the background. So, for example, and some of you will recognize this scene here. So this is, I took the video at Christmas time. You'll notice in the background, you hear the helicopter that's slowly beginning to move its way over my house. And so there it comes. So the video gets louder. The helicopter gets louder and louder as it comes right down my street, obviously. So, which is fine for this particular case. It wasn't like this is, a huge deal, but still, it's annoying. So all I did was then drop the video, same video, everything's the same. Drop the same video into auto, excuse me. And notice how quiet, but it still picked up the sound of my Santa back here that sings and does his thing. But it took all of that background of the helicopter right down my street out. Crystal clear. A great little tool. Great tool for enhancing your audio on your videos. So Auto. So it's again simple program. Basically, it's free. I think I think you have so many that you can use for free. Oh, here we are. There's a free version. Doesn't cost you anything for an individual. Noise removal, dereverberation, auto volume. Oh, the other thing that's fun about it is you can also, I think I also pulled it in and did the auto adjust. So I got the volume was consistent across. So it auto level the volume as well, so that, you don't have a huge, a huge volume spike at one point and then down low where you couldn't hear. It pulls it all out even. 20 minutes of audio enhancement per month. If you need more, the $12 a month version gives you 600 minutes of audio. There's a discount and you can cancel anytime. It's all, there's no contract. So really, really cool program. So that's definitely something that you want to consider if you're doing a lot of video. And I just played those, so that's what it was. Okay. So here's my favorite of all. My favorite is a program called Pictory. Pictory is will create video for you based on either a script, an article. You can edit your video using text, or you can do visuals to video. So there's 4 different options. And the thing that's great about it is, for example, you want to do a script. So in this particular case, and I'll show you this video here in a minute. In this particular case, again, this is for a real estate agent. So what I did is I plugged a script in, and I just basically said, if you were buying a home in Tucson, what are factors you would consider? Things like location, view, square footage, swimming pool, proximity to the golf course, and things like that. So I plug all the features in, and it goes out and finds the footage for that request. So it's using royalty-free footage that it finds off of Getty Images. Now I do use the paid version, just because I'm doing more of it, and you get a little more video, and you get a little longer time in the video. But it is, but again, it's relatively inexpensive. So that video turned out to be something like this. So just about a 20-second video is all it was. So it's just pretty simple for me to use.
If you were buying a new home in Tucson, what are the factors that would most affect your decision? Home location, views, square footage, remodeled kitchen, swimming pool, proximity to golf courses, amenities, other? Whether you are actively looking for a new home or dreaming for the future, remember Tucson Real Estate Agency, S.A. Moore Realty Services.
20-second video, nothing, it took me maybe a half hour to do at the most. And because, and really the reason it took so longer than as long as it did is because you see all these little scenes down here at the bottom. So each of these scenes is a video clip. So I wanted to make sure that I got a video clip that was appropriate to the scene. I didn't want, obviously I'm talking about Tucson homes, and I didn't want a, scene with, big trees and all that kind of stuff. I wanted it to be appropriate to the video. So when you find that, when you're creating that video, that visuals, all you have to do is go, okay, well, I need to change out the graphics. So I don't like the visuals on this particular scene. So I just simply would click the scene, give it more description. I think it tells me here, maybe on one of these. Okay, that was an article to it. So I'll pull one up here in a minute. Let's see here. Victory. So if I were to do a script to video, and sorry, I should have had one handy and I didn't. If you were buying, factors to consider. And then put those in. So I want to say location, schools, swimming pool. Yep, I'm putting that in the description. Should be here. we go. Oh, I should have got it pulled in there. Okay. Well, so what you do, you'd plug it in there and it will give you it'll give you the visuals that you want to plug it in there. It's easy. It's pretty simple to change them out. So you just click, find the scene that you want and swap it out. You can go through it scene by scene till you get the scenes that you want in there. And then once you're done, you simply preview it and download it. It's good to go. I actually did that with an article to a video. I did the script of video. I did that with this particular one. Let me pull that up. This is one I can show you here.
Starting a small business can be an exciting and rewarding journey, but it comes with its own set of challenges. From developing a solid business plan to implementing effective marketing strategies, there are crucial steps to take to ensure success in the competitive business landscape. This ebook, Guide to Small Business Startup and Marketing Strategies, is designed to provide aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners with valuable insights, practical tips, and proven strategies to navigate the complexities of launching and growing a small business. Chapter 1: The Foundation of a Successful Small Business Startup.
I won't go through the whole thing. It's about 10 minutes long. But what that's basically, I took the first chapter of the introduction chapter of my book that I did, pasted it in there, and it found all of those visuals for me. I didn't have to go, I probably changed a couple, but actually I think on that one, I didn't change any of them because I like the visuals that it created. It was pretty general, so I didn't need any specific as far as that group geographically, like anything that related to Tucson or whatever. So it is it's a really incredibly powerful tool to be able to create videos, especially for folks that are busy. You don't have time to you don't have time to sit down and think through the process. You just create the idea that what you want, paste it in place, and let it do the work. So another option is to paste an article from to video. So in this particular case, I took a page in my website. So I went to my website, copied my my Tucson website design page. All I did is enter the URL, and it goes through. You'll see the highlights over here in green are the bullet points that it's going to put in. So it's not going to put everything in there. It's going to look at kind of the page and craft it in there like you want. So you'll see again, here's the storyboard of the pieces that it's going to do. And then you go through and it finds the graphics for each one. And in this particular case, I didn't, there was some maybe I didn't like. And so I did change a few of these out. Like this featured on, I took that out of there. I didn't like that. It didn't really apply. Some of the other things I changed out, but it gives you plenty of choices. I mean, it'll give you, there may be 50 choices of videos that you can use. So again, pretty cool the way it does that. In this particular case, you'll see I decided I didn't want, just as an example, I clicked on the determine the purpose of your site as a starting point, and I would have clicked that and find some alternative images in there. If you want to have, if you want it to do the voiceover for you, it will give you, there's probably 50 voices, male and female, with accents, without accents, however you want to do that. Does a good job with, finding something that's workable for you. If you want it to show the captioning as it's talking, you can do that, or you can turn it off. Either way, again, your choice. You can build your own branding into it so that it puts, at the end, it will actually put your branding on either on the page or at the end. There are elements, type styles. Again, you can be as creative with this as you want, but it's really, to me, this is one of the greatest tools from a standpoint of a small business marketer, because we don't have time to, I mean, I'm as bad as everybody else. I don't have the time really to sit down and write out a script and figure out how I want it. And I don't want it to be a boring script with just me talking. That's, again, which is typically what I did. So, but now it's, I can create something that's visually appealing and gets the message across. So really a great little tool. So this was, I think this shows you the options for, let's say I'm trying to change out an image. So here again, you see here are some of the options, and I can scroll down through this. I can put in what I want. So if maybe I don't like it doesn't read maybe the text like I intended. So, maybe it's not pulling something in there that's appropriate. So you can give it you can plug in the images that you're looking for to search. You can say, I want it to be I want it to be a business setting, business networking setting with, half a dozen people in in a restaurant setting. And it will go find that image those based on that description and find what you're looking for. So really, really cool. You can decide if you want the video to be square. You can do it landscape or portrait. So you can do it for Instagram, Instagram or Facebook stories, or you can do it for LinkedIn or Facebook or your website. So you can output the video in any format that you want based on what your needs are. So Pictory is a incredibly powerful little tool. And I'll probably do a video more specific on how to on this one. This is probably the one this is the one I've been intending to do anyway. So I'm going to do a excuse me, a video on Pictory probably in the next couple of weeks. So watch for that if you're interested. And I think you'll find some cool stuff on it. And those are the videos that I just showed you. I think there's another one there. So that's another one of the great AI tools. One more that I do, and I use this, and I've used this one for a number of years, and it to me is is essential in my toolbox, and that is a site called Publer. It is a social media scheduler, and social media schedulers and aggregators have been around forever. I go all the way back to using Hootsuite back in like 2008, 9, and used them for years until they, one day I went from paying $9 and grandfathered into a $9 a month plan to being charged $75 a month. So I thought, nope, don't like that idea. So I went to Publer. So Publer will let you schedule content. You can schedule content out for as far as you want. I mean, you can go 6 months at a time if you want. I typically do 30 days with clients, but the other thing that's cool about it is has an AI assist to it. So when you put in your content, you can plug it into the AI assist, and it'll write the content for you with cool little icons and all that, all that kind of features in there. It's a wonderful little tool because you want to keep a consistent presence with your social media platforms. You don't want it to go, well, I'll post something today, and okay, Thursday's my social media post day, and then the phone rings and 12 things happen, and the next thing you know, it's Monday and you still hadn't posted anything. So, but with Publer, you can schedule those things out. Let's say it's a, Sunday afternoon, you're sitting around, nothing happening. You can go in, schedule a month's worth of posts, and you're good to go. So, um, so the way Publer works, so with AI Assist, you plug in, for example, I put residential homes. Again, I was working with one of the realtors. You click the generate, and this is what it comes back with. So I said residential homes for sale in Tucson, 6 words. And here's what it wrote for me, including hashtags, including the cool little icons, the keys and the home, the cactus, all that. So created a great little post for me. All I have to do is click add to post. And then I choose when I want it to go, day, time, assign it to whichever account that I want. So you see the accounts over here on the left side, assign it to the account, click schedule, and it's good to go. Publer has a free version that will do 5 social accounts. So you can do your LinkedIn, your Facebook page. You can do Instagram. I think it'll give you 1 Twitter or 1 X account. So, I mean, it's free, so easy to use. You can put a bio in Instagram. It does limit you in some cases to, you can schedule 10, you can have 10 pending posts per account. So if you've got, 5 accounts, then you can schedule 10 days basically. Whereas if you go to the professional version, then you can have unlimited workspace. You've got unlimited scheduling. You can store all your images in the media library. So it's and if you need to add more, you simply add it. It increments by however many you need to plug in there. So again, this tool is a tremendous tool for small businesses, so they can be able to get their content scheduled and out there on a regular basis. So now all you have to do is, just watch your news feeds and respond as people answer you. So that's Publer. So those are just some of the tools that I think that I really like. There's one more that I didn't talk about. It's a program called ManyChat. ManyChat is really, it's the automation of the interaction on your website or your social media platforms. Basically, what ManyChat does is it will give you, let's say you post you've got a spot on your website, and I'll show you what it looks like here. Let me pull mine up. You have, hit all my stuff here now that I moved it back and forth. Here we are. So what this does, and this is, ManyChat is a little more complex than this one. I use my website has the Facebook, just has the Facebook chat on there. But you'll see down here in the corner is the little icon. ManyChat is the same thing, only it will take it to a more of a further degree than this. So you can simply say you want to start a chat, and it will come up and ask a series of questions. So it's going to ask them 4 questions. And it's like they're asking the questions to me. So one question may be, do you design new websites, or do you just do existing sites? I'm having issues with my social media. Can you help with that? I have, I'm trying to get more traffic. Do you do search engine optimization? And so they can simply click on that, and it will then come back with an answer that's already written out. And all of my answers also have a link to the place on my website with that answer. So it'll either take them to a page in the website, send them a PDF, send them even a video. You can do anything you want so that you're starting a conversation. And what ManyChat will do is it will let them, using its AI features, will let you dig down further into that conversation. So it will prompt them for more conversational pieces. Are you looking for websites? Okay, well, do you have an existing website? Or are you starting from scratch? Well, I'm starting from scratch. Okay, well, if they answer I'm starting from scratch, and it goes to another page. Okay, do you have a logo? Do you have a domain name? And it'll question them down further until it finally gets a good amount of information, and then can kick over to either to me to message them directly and to take over, or to initiate that contact. But it's a great way to answer questions on your site, to be able to fill in the blanks and really get a conversation started. So ManyChat is a cool program as well. So anyway, that just kind of gives you, I just want to kind of give you a little bit of information on there. If you are interested in any of these programs and want to find out more, then I have them on my, they're on my 800bizninja.marketing website. It's on the About page. So if you just go to the About 800biz, you'll see them here. You can click and download the programs from there. Here's Runway, and audio's down here. So all the things we talked about in Publish is there. So all the things we talked about today, all of them will have a free trial. So if you want to try it, it's a great way to do that. And if you decide you want to upgrade and utilize it, then you can just simply click on the link and upgrade. So, but again, AI is, people have a kind of a fear of AI. They love it, they hate it, they're not sure about it. It can be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It can be the end of all humanity as we know it. And either one of those could be appropriate. But for small business marketing like you guys, and like myself as well, the aspect of having these type of tools available to you can really take you to the next level. You're not going to get into a scenario of something that's, controversial or whatever. You're just going to use it to aid in the creation of the content that will get your site visible and to generate more traffic. So hopefully that will give you some good information. Hope you found that interesting. Like I said, I am going to do a hands-on workshop on Pictory next. So I will email that out to you guys, and I'll put an email blast out on it as well. But I will do a little more of a hands-on with Pictory to help you grasp that a little better. And you guys have any questions? Do you have anything that comes to mind that you would like me to clarify for you? Also, by the way, while I'm waiting to see if anybody has any other questions, if there is a topic that you're not sure about, then feel free to let me know. Let me know what you might want to do, and I'll be glad to help you. Nancy, do you have a question? Let's see here. I don't know if you have. Let's see here. I'll put your talk on. Do you have a question, or do you want to type? You can type it in the chat either way. Go ahead.
How do I create an online class?
So with an online class, you're going to, so an online class, you're going to need you can utilize the like Pictory, for example, with to do the video if you want to do it that way. You're going to need, and we've kind of got the class set up for you already. Because we were talking about using we have the Vimeo, where you can actually utilize where it's already set up for you, that you can get the on-demand classes. So they're there. So we can talk on the phone if you want, and I can
Okay.
go through that with you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys. Watch for my next video or my next webinar. Like I said, I'm going to do Pictory next time. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you guys on the next webinar. Thanks.